and welcome tonight to the Quick Snacks Brisbane Exhibition Speedway. I'm Jimmy Shane, and tonight we bring to you the fourth test between Australia and Sweden. The score at this point in time is 1-1. With Newcastle being rained out, it's 1-1. Who will be the victor tonight? Can Sweden get up here and win at the Ekka? Can the Aussies led by Crump get up? The Swedish team, of course, being captained by world champion Jonsson. Tonight's racing format is over 18 heats of 4 laps, with the point score being 3-2-1. And now, with riders on the line for Heat 1, over to our trackside commentators, Bob Jonsson and Johnny Fenton.
Right up on the line. And a good clean neat start. Doyle comes up the inside. Doyle there goes round the outside of him goes Todd Wiltshire. Back behind Wiltshire, now Jonsson sitting with him, then followed by Glenn Doyle, Conny Ivarsson trying to stay with him. And something has gone pop, a little bit late, but it's there. Round and up the inside comes Jonsson trying to pick up the man who was third to him in the World Championship this year. Round comes Todd Wiltshire. Back behind him, Jonsson. Conny Ivarsson trying to stay with him. Now Glenn Doyle starting to move up, trying to find his way through. Yellow and black out, 1 to go. 1 lap of the journey left to travel, and here comes Todd Wiltshire in the lead. Back behind him, Jonsson. Then followed in behind him, Glenn Doyle. Jonsson up the inside. Jonsson trying to find a way through. Doesn't do it from there. And Todd Wiltshire having everything thrown at him. And Australia's done it 1-3. 4 points to Australia, 2 points to Sweden. First placing going through to Todd Wiltshire, second place going through to Jonsson, third place is Glenn Doyle. 1 minute 6.94, 1 minute 6.94 seconds.
Hey Todd, you'd have to be happy with that. First heat, first win for the night?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I was off gate 3 in the heat 1, which is pretty unusual to win a start from there, so it was really good. I'm pleased with that.
Well done, see you a bit later on.
Yeah, cheers.
In starters' hands. Out they come at Crump getting a bit of a bump and a nudge. And Crumpy in the legendary style trying to go around the outside of him. Rickardsson holding down the lead. Back behind Crump, then followed by the next one to go through and behind him, Jimmy Nilsen. And around the outside of him, Poole starting to stay with him. Mick Poole runs up and Mick Poole on the outside. Poole he goes high, wide and handsome. Poole gets a bit of an nudge and pushed out of the way. Down the back, green tree straight away. Once again, Mick Poole starting to attack the back of Jimmy Nilsen. In the lead, Tony Rickardsson. Sorry, Jimmy Nilsen in first place. Sorry, Rickardsson back in third. Jimmy Nilsen. Back in behind him, Crump. Then followed by the next one to go through, Tony Rickardsson. Jimmy Nilsen goes out wide. Crumpy trying to find a downside pass, can't do it. And round for the checkered flag, and it's going to even the scores. Sweden take 1-3. Jimmy Nilsen with a win. Second place for Crump. Third place going through to Tony Rickardsson. And fourth place going through to Mick Poole. 1:06.54, 1 minute 6.54.
Jimmy Nilsen, winner of Heat 2. First of all, Todd Wiltshire wins one. Now you're up and going to win one. How do you think it'll go tonight?
We started off good the other night here, but we lost in the end, so keep it going all night, see what's happening.
Happy with the track service?
Yeah, it's been more grip today than it was the other time we were here, so it's been nice, I think. Towards the end of the night, you can have some good racing.
The wild man up on the line. And coming out of the traps nicely, Troy Butler around the inside. Round the outside of him, trying to pick him up. And Boyce comes side. Craig Boyce goes to a second placing. Craig Boyce has a beautiful ride. Slotted in behind his teammate, Troy Butler. Back behind him in second place, Craig Boyce, and followed by the number 5 Swede, Erik Stenlund. Stenlund sitting back in third place, but it's Butler and Boyce. What a team these pair are. Butler riding wide, Boyce cutting a tight line. Troy Butler, Craig Boyce, and followed by the number 6 rider, Erik Stenlund, and back behind him, Henrik Gustafsson. Round comes the yellow and black, 1 to go, and they're straight in the opposition. Craig Boyce and Troy Butler. Butler and Boyce. Down with a beautiful piece of team riding. Butler's taking it wide. Boyce is covering up the inside quite nicely. No one can get through there. What about a round of applause for Australia 1-2? Troy Butler and Craig Boyce. Back behind them, Erik Stenlund, Henrik Gustafsson. And a time 1:06.34. So it's all in the low sixes. 1:06.34.
Troy, early win for you. How's it going with the Swedes?
Well, it's a better start of the evening than what I had the other week, so, you know, hopefully it's going to be a better night. I've spent all week on my engines. Seem to be going all right, so, you know, like I say, it's a good start. A few more rides to go yet, but, you know, I had a good ride there with Boyce. He sort of put us in front by about 4 points now, I think, so, you know, it's going to help us, and hopefully we can keep going from there.
How much emphasis would you place on the gate start tonight?
Oh, there's a lot there, but I think, you know, that's going to build up with a bit of dirt around the outside, so I think it's, you know, the outside's going to play a major part towards the end of the meeting and halfway through the middle, as long as they don't grade it back. So, you know, obviously the gate, you're halfway home when you make the gate, so you can sort of, you know, do what you want, really, and just have a look, see if your partner's there, and go from there. So, you know, I mean, you're going to have to be going pretty quick to sort of go around someone here tonight.
All the best. I've seen you win it from here before. Let's hope you keep going, mate.
Thanks very much.
Coming off the line, and Crumpy goes to the lead first off. Phil Crump gets the jump and goes with him. Mickey Poole now left, nowhere to go. Mick Poole comes up, tries to find a way through. Once again, Jonsson throws everything at Crumpy. Phil Crump comes around, right in the high line, comes down and carves it up nicely. And Mick Poole has had an engine failure. Mick Poole has gone pop, so now it's all up to Phil Crump. Fighting the might of the two Swedes, Conny Ivarsson and P. Jonsson. Jonsson in the lead, not Conny Ivarsson. But Peter Nahlin, and Crumpy gets it taken from him. Crump gets it taken from him as Per Jonsson goes up the inside of him. Now let's see what he can do from here. Phil Crump still trying as Per Jonsson now starts to make a run down the back straight away. Gets past him nicely up the main. Into the Ernest Bain stand. And once again, Crump rides the outside line, trying to pick a bit of drive up, but not too much for the wily old rider. He elects to sit there and stay where he is. Crumpy coming around with no joy, but he's going to pick up second place. Per Jonsson for the win, Phil Crump for second place, and Peter Nahlin in for third position. And slowest time of the night, 1:07.05, 1:07.05 seconds. And the first place going through to Per Jonsson, second place going through to Phil Crump, and third place to the reserve for Sweden, Peter Nahlin.
Winning ride from world champion Per Jonsson. How was it going out there for you tonight?
Well, the track is quite good out there, actually. It's a bit of dirt on the outside, and if you just hit it right and then try to come out of the corner right. So it's a hard race ahead of it, Phil, but everything's going good.
Do you think we'll see a lot of outside passing tonight?
Hopefully, I think. I mean, the track is good, and everyone wants to win, so I think every race is going to be good.
Right up on the line. Boys sitting, waiting. Off and running now. Boyce up the inside. Butler gets a bit of an edge. Butler around the outside. Butler and Boyce again. Butler and Boyce. Butler takes the high line. Boyce closes it up nicely. Takes away the line beautifully. Leaving Jimmy Nilsen nowhere to go. Jimmy Nilsen elects to go the high line, but Butler and Boyce have got their ground well and truly covered. Back behind him is Tony Rickardsson in fourth. Your race leader, Troy Butler, trying everything he knows to stay up mid-track. Craig Boyce closing it up. Craig Boyce closing up the gate nicely, not letting anybody go through. Troy Butler down the back, and Craig Boyce riding a beautiful bit of team tactics. He's closed up with his team, his heat leader. Has stays with him nicely, nowhere to go for the Swedes. And I guess you don't see teams riding any better than this. Troy Butler is making the run. Craig Boyce elects to take the inside running and close up the gap. No one No one able to get through on that one, and he's done it nicely. Troy Butler and Craig Boyce, 1 and 2. Jimmy Nilsen in for third. And the next one to go through, Tony Rickardsson in for fourth for Sweden. And boy, what a team, Boyce and Butler. 106.94, 1 minute 6.94. And Sweden with 12 points. Australia ahead by 6 points on 18 points. Well done for Australia. Right, in starters' hands. Wiltshire in second place, second gate. Todd Wiltshire comes off the line down the outside of him. Glenn Doyle going around, and there goes Wiltshire down the back straight away. Doyle goes with him. Doyle making a run right round the outside of the national champion, has moved up into second placing. Not a good enough for here. No, gets a wheel thrown at him. There he goes, Doyle up into second place. Doyle is fighting away with the number 6 man. Erik Stenlund, and he's got him. He's got him. Glenn Doyle goes up into second placing. Glenn Doyle now closes the gate up. Wiltshire in the lead. Glenn Doyle back behind him, then followed by the number 5 man, Henrik Gustafsson. Back in behind him, Erik Stenlund. As the Australians 1 and 2, Todd Wiltshire right behind him, Glenn Doyle. Wiltshire, Doyle, back in behind him, Gustafsson and Stenlund. Round they come for another Australia 1-2, big 5-pointer coming around. Put your hands together, Todd Wiltshire and Glenn Doyle. A great ride by Wiltshire and Doyle. And of course back behind them, Gustafsson and Stenlund right in behind. 107.28, 1 minute 7.28. 1 minute 7.28 seconds. Off and running at a great start too. Coming off the line, and Jonsson gets the run. Troy Butler around the outside of him goes. Craig Boyce trying to pick him up. Boyce has got him blocked up. Now they've got to chase out after Jonsson. Troy Butler comes up the inside. Butler trying to make a run. Right with him with Boyce. Butler swaps to an outside and then back to an inside. Butler and Boyce join together. Trying to pick up Jonsson. Down the back goes Butler. Tries to pick him up. Ivarsson sitting back behind him for the Czechoslovakian Jawa engine machine. Troy Butler still trying to find a way through. Butler around the outside. Can't do it from there. He's got a long way to travel. Butler up the inside of him. Butler can't do it from there. Tries to get him once again. Butler comes through the wing of a prayer. Round the outside. Tries an outsider this time. Swaps to an inside again. As Butler goes around, tries to make a run. Butler comes up once again, can't do it. He's got to make a big outsider on this one, but Jonsson just a little bit smarter than that. And Butler comes around the outside of him. Butler can't do it over there. Well, what a great ride. Jonsson for the win. Troy Butler for second. Craig Boyce for third. And Conny Ivarsson in for fourth place. But what about a round of applause for Troy Butler? He tried every inch of the way. Starters has. And Todd Wiltshire gets to drive down, and there goes Glenn Doyle with him. Doyle and Wiltshire down the back. The national champion and the vice champion of the world. Wiltshire takes it around the outside. Doyle blocks it up on the inside. Has them covered up well and truly. The Newcastle kid and the West Australian wonder. Nova Kestrian coming around, hits it up nicely right about mid-track. Glenn Doyle covers up the field. Todd Wiltshire, Glenn Doyle, Jimmy Nilsen, Peter Nahlin, Well, they come with the yellow and black, one to go, and Doyle riding superbly in a team spot. Peter Nahlin in trouble as he goes in and hits the fence. Nahlin's down. Peter Nahlin down. And he's hit the ground very, very hard. Peter Nahlin, it was, the young reserve that's come down. He got into trouble as he came through turn one. Picked up drive.
Can you give us a thumbs up? You okay?
A very sore and battered Peter Nahlin. Peter, what happened out there?
I don't know really. I picked up a bit too much of grip. I was aiming for the grip a bit on the track and tried to pass a bit of some rider. I can't remember who he was, but picked up a bit too much. And then when I realised I picked up too much grip, it was just a matter of lay the bike down a bit until you hit the concrete fence over there.
And what injury did you do?
I don't know. A bit of bruised thumb really, and I feel a bit sore all over the body, you know, but I don't think it's any serious.
That's it? You're out for the night now?
I think so. I'm going to rest this night and hopefully going to ride for tomorrow.
OK, Peter Nahlin, thanks very much.
Mick Poole told to move over just a little bit to give that fair run of riding. And Crumpy has a look over his shoulder out of the traps. What a rider. Looked over to see where young Mick Poole was. Mickey Poole comes down up into third place. Now Poole starts to make a charge. Try and pick them up from there. Phil Crump. Round he comes. Crump in the lead, back behind him, Stenlund in second place, and followed by Mick Poole. In behind him, Gustafsson back in fourth place. Mickey Poole quite happy to sit back in third place and split them up. Round comes Crump once again. Phil Crump then followed by Stenlund the next one round. Back behind him, Mick Poole and Gustafsson bringing up fourth place. Mickey Poole trying to find a way as he comes up and slides up the inside of him. Mick Poole trying to find a way through with one lap of the journey left to travel. Mick Poole comes up the inside of him. Mickey Poole holds it in tight. He's got to get it through from here. Mick Poole goes up. Poole staying with him down the back straight away. Who's going to give way? Mick Poole is not going to give it away. Gets the line taken from him. Takes it outsider. Can't do it from here. Mickey Poole with a great gutsy ride. Phil Crump taking the win. Stenlund in second place. Mick Poole in third. Gustafsson in fourth. 1 minute 7.67 seconds. 1 minute 7.67 seconds.
Todd, you've won every heat so far. Just before you go out for the start of this one, what's going through your mind?
Well, not a great really. Just going to get off the line, you know, and see if I can beat the world champion. I've got him in this race, so it'll be quite interesting.
You're finding the track coming in all right, sort of from half track high up?
Yeah, it's quite good tonight. Not too much dirt, not too slick. It's pretty good.
Wiltshire up on the line. Ready for a start this time. He's off position 2, not his favourite. And Wiltshire around the outside again. He's done it. Doyle now starts to join him on the way. Comes up and tries to pick up Jonsson. Wiltshire, Jonsson then followed by Doyle. Ivarsson in behind him. Glenn Doyle trying to find a way through as he comes rolling up onto the back of Jonsson. And out in front. And over Castree and the Newcastle. Newcastle rocket ship. Todd Wiltshire down the back. And Wiltshire looks like going through undefeated in this one. Back behind him, Jonsson sitting back. Then Glenn Doyle riding a good rear guard action, keeping Ivarsson out of the way. 1 lap to go. And Todd Wiltshire right behind him. Here comes Jonsson. Jonsson trying to find a way through. He's only got to hold him up for half an hour. Jonsson throwing everything at him. Jonsson coming up trying to pick him up. Jonsson up the inside. Has he got him? Yes, just getting him. What a great ride. Well, Todd Wiltshire gets the win. Jonsson in second place. Glenn Doyle in third. Conny Ivarsson in fourth. 1 minute 6.90 seconds. What about a round of applause for him? One more time. Young Todd Wiltshire, what a ride. And of course you'll be able to get hold of that photograph of Todd Wiltshire right at the end of the meeting. And wait for this one. 21 points for Sweden. Australia 39 points. And I'll tell you what, 12 of those 39 points have been scored by Todd Wiltshire as we go into heat number 11 of Philip Crump. Mick Poole, Jimmy Nilsen, Peter Nahlin. If Peter Nahlin comes out on this one, it very well could be Rickardsson. We'll have to find out as heat number 11.
Clash of the Titans here with the two number ones riding off together. Todd, you declared before the race that you were going to give the world champion Per Jonsson a run. You certainly did that. It was mighty close at the finish.
He's unbelievable, you know. I made a pretty bad start, but I got the dirt before him and I passed him. But I thought I was running a good race, and I didn't think it would be there because I was getting so much drive the whole race, and I felt like I was going so fast. But he come from nowhere in the last lap. I couldn't really believe it. He's very good.
Thanks, mate.
Mick Poole off position 1. Position 2. Jimmy Nilsen, position 3. Phil Crump, position 4. Toby Rickardsson. And round goes Crumpy making a run, but have a look at the run down the back by Jimmy Nilsen. Nilsen making a run, Crumpy chasing out after him. Poole now runs a block on him. Up the main straight away, Jimmy Nilsen, Phil Crump, then followed by the one to go through. Mick Poole, then followed by the next one, Tony Rickardsson. Rickardsson comes up and goes around Poole, gets up in the third place. Once again, Crumpy is going to try to pick up Jimmy Nilsen. Jimmy Nilsen, Tony Rickardsson. Rickardsson doing it the hard way round the outside, waiting for Crumpy to make a blue, but he's got to be better than that. Crump has a look over the shoulder, those in between sitting there, so tighten up the line. One to go with Jimmy Nilsen, Phil Crump, Tony Rickardsson, Mick Poole. Rickardsson still trying to find his way and getting up past the flying Crumpy. Crump coming around, but Jimmy Nilsen's going to take the win. Jimmy Nilsen taking the big three-pointer. Crump taking 2, and Rickardsson taking 1, so it gives Sweden 4 points to Australia's 2. And Mickey Poole coming in with no points scored at the time. 1 minute 7.44 seconds. 1 minute 7.44 seconds. And waiting to get on to the next one of heat number 12. Okay, ready for a start? Ready for a start for heat number 12. Boyce and Butler. Butler out of 4. Boyce out of 2. And the flyer came out of there like a rocket ship was Erik Stenlund. Down the back goes Boyce as he goes around. Butler has been unbeaten so far. Not by this much, but Boyce now trying to make a run. Craig Boyce trying to find his way right around the outside of Erik Stenlund. Boyce goes up. Butler goes up with him. Boyce on the outside. And Boyce goes through. Butler makes a run and goes around the outside as well. Butler making the run. Butler making the run and tries to find a way around the outside, and he looks like he might do it. He's got a swirl run up the inside. Butler goes up and joins him, and Butler's through. Butler is through. What a great ride. Butler joins up and comes through and gets past. Oh, yes, thank you very much. And Henry Gustafsson decided to give Butler the old short shift. Butler not going to have anything to do with it. Gives him a back wheel as well. And going through, Craig Boyce takes the win. Back behind in second place goes Erik Stenlund. Third place, Troy Butler. Fourth place, Henrik Gustafsson. Gustafsson started the play games for Butler, so Butler gave it straight back to him again.
Amazing ride from Craig Boyce, riding with a broken fork. When did that happen?
Well, the last race I went out and something felt funny in the front end. I got the guys to check it. They checked it. Everything seemed to be all right. And just in that race, the front wheel just seemed to wobble a bit. And I come in and forks are snapped in half. So I'm going to have to jump on Troy Butler's bike now and see how I go on that.
Mick Poole out, Alan Rivett in. Alan, how do you see your contribution from here?
Oh, mate, it's you're coming in late in the night. Everyone's hot to go, so I'll have to be my very best. And I just hope the engine's quick enough. I got a new motor, and I just hope it's good. I need to make a big start, and yeah.
Okay, see you later in the night.
Jonsson and way, and out Out goes the hard charging Phil Crump, and he gets a go. Jonsson up the inside. Here comes Rivett through. Alan Rivett coming through. Now Crump comes up and takes it back off Jonsson. Alan Rivett comes up again, and Jonsson takes it from Crump. Crump and Jonsson not prepared to concede anything. Crumpy comes up and joins them, and Rivett joins up with them. Round and Rivett trying to find a way through. Jonsson, Phil Crump, Alan Rivett. Back in behind him, the number 2 Swede going through. Conny Ivarsson. Alan Rivett comes up to join his teammate. Crumpy comes up and runs up within a distance now as a yellow and black. 1 to go. Jonsson, Phil Crump, Alan Rivett, Conny Ivarsson. And goodness me, the lead changing twice in as many 100 metres. And Pop Rivett's out. Pop's gone, bang. Okay, taking first position, Jonsson. Second place going through, Phil Crump. And third place going through to Conny Ivarsson, and a bit of bad luck there for Alan Rivett. Don't know what seems to have gone wrong, but what a pair of riders. I mean, when you ride in that sort of company, and you've been in that sort of company, I guess, most of your Speedway career, Sam, when you get riding with the likes of Crump and Jonsson, I mean, Crumpy passed Jonsson came back. You've got total and utter faith in your riders.
Well, you got Phil Crump that's got a heck of a lot of years under his belt, and he's probably one of the best out there. And Jonsson, he is the best this year. So, I mean, you got 2 of the highest caliber Speedway riders out on the track showing what they can do best. And when a track in this condition, it's a bit slick. And at the moment, it's favoring maybe riding the inside compared to the outside. But that's just changed in the last couple of races. And I think they're just figuring it out. So they're testing their actual track conditions, and it might favor them being on the inside now.
Another winning ride from world champion Jonsson. How's it going out there for the Swedes tonight?
Not too good. It's very important to get off the start. I mean, you could do something from behind if you a bit daring. I mean, it's going out there by the fence. It's quite tough. So, but I mean, sometimes you have to really go for it. And some of us hasn't got that good touch yet. So,
do you think there's a lot of importance placed on the gate start on this type of track here tonight?
For some riders, yeah, because it's hard to pass if you don't know how to ride it, and it's very important to get off the start, I reckon. But you have to win from behind sometimes as well.
Okay, thanks very much, Per.
Thank you.
Nilsen, the last one to move up. Rickardsson moving in. Boyce moving in as well. And Butler, have a look at Boyce up the inside. Boyce and Butler go 1 and 2. Once again, have a look at the ride. Butler goes storming out. Boyce back behind him. Nilsen joining up. Rickardsson. Nilsen joining up with him. Boyce trying to hold him out. Nilsen making a certain effort down the back. Craig Boyce has got to do something from here because here comes a hard charging Jimmy Nilsen. Nilsen trying to pick up Butler as they come out of turn 4. Down the way straight away. Turns it into turn 1 and 2, and Jimmy Nilsen rolls up within striking distance. Boyce coming up, getting some loose dirt. Trying to find a way around the outside. Trying to climb up high, but he's got to stay in tight to keep the second Swede team member away. Boyce this time rides it round the outside. Trying to find the drive out there. There's nothing out there for him to bite at. Once again, Butler holding it down. Jimmy Nilsen right behind him. Rickardsson sitting right behind Boyce, but it's going to be the way it is. Butler for the win. Second place to Jimmy Nilsen. Third place, Craig Boyce. And fourth place, Tony Rickardsson. And the time on that, 1:07.61. And boy, they ride hard.
I can tell you now, after the scores on that one, there's no way Sweden can pick the win back up. I think Australia's got it wrapped up. If they went out and got third in their next 4 rides, they still won it.
Okay, he knows the rules and regulations. In starter's hands this time. It's going to be an interesting one. coming off the line. Todd Wiltshire round the outside of Glenn Doyle, and Wiltshire and Doyle join it up, and there's the ball game. There's the ball game of it, runs like this to the finish. Round comes Wiltshire, back behind him Doyle. Then followed by the number 5 rider, Erik Gustafsson. Henrik Gustafsson, Erik Stenlund up in 4th place. Round to the fifth turn they come. Trying to pick him up. Tucks it down nice and tight as Wiltshire riding the high line. Glenn Doyle, the national champion, sits back up and blocks up the road. Nowhere to go. Now with the yellow and black to come out. 1 lap of the journey left to travel, and Gustafsson trying everything he knows how to pick up Doyle. Doyle just a little bit too cunning for that one. Gustafsson round the outside of him, and Gustafsson goes barreling through in. Not over yet. Doyle and Gustafsson fighting it out, but it'll be for the win. Todd Wiltshire, 2nd place going through Gustafsson, 3rd place going through to Doyle, and 4th place going through to Stenlund. And now the points on that, the time of that one. 1 minute 7.46. For Jonsson off 1, Ivarsson off 3. Butler comes out, goes out, and try have a look at Ivarsson round the outside, and Conny Ivarsson making the run. The 2 Swedes locked up, and Butler back in 4th place. Boyce comes up and tries to fight a way through with him. Boyce goes up into 2nd placing. Butler now tries to make a run on the inside of him. Can't do it from there. Butler and Boyce join together for these 2 Swedes. This time P. Jonsson getting the run through, with Boyce sitting back in 2nd place. Ivarsson in 3rd. Butler trying to fight a way through into 3rd placing. Butler comes up the inside. Butler goes through up into 3rd placing and takes it with him. Butler through into 3rd. Yellow and black coming out, 1 lap of the journey. P. Jonsson, the world champion. Back behind him, Craig Boyce, and followed by the next one to go through, Troy Butler. Conny Ivarsson sitting back in 4th place, but P. Jonsson coming through the rest of the Swedes. Jonsson coming through, and P. Jonsson picks it up nicely. Boyce going through in 2nd, 3rd placing through to Butler, and 4th place to Ivarsson. Nilsen, the last one to move in. In starters' hands. And Wiltshire around the outside with Glenn Doyle with him. Doyle holds them out nicely, and the 2 Australians. Glenn Doyle. Back behind in 2nd place. Jimmy in 3rd place. Jimmy Nilsen. Rickardsson back in 3rd. Jimmy Nilsen back in 4th place. And Nilsen's gone pop. Jimmy Nilsen went bang in a big way. Back to your late middle again as Todd Wiltshire comes round out of turns 3 and 4. Up the lane straight away, back behind him, Glenn Doyle, the national champion. Then followed by Tony Rickardsson, the number 4 Swedish rider. Still holding on valiantly. As Wiltshire and Doyle have pretty well got ahead into the monoplatter. Round with the yellow and black, 1 lap of the journey left to travel. Todd Wiltshire. Glenn Doyle, Tony Rickardsson, and Wiltshire just cruising away with Doyle. Round with a checkered flag, and Australia 5-pointer again. Aussies pick up a big 5 points once again. 107.31. 1 minute 7.31. Okay, up on a line they come for the last one. Crump and Rivett. Rivett around the outside once again. Mr. 200%. Rivett going a big run. Around the outside of him. Rivett joins up and goes right round the outside of the whole field. sound asleep out of the gate. Rivett came out and went straight round everybody. Once again, here comes Crumpy. Crump joins up and goes up with him. Alan Rivett. Back behind the number 5 bike, Erik Gustafsson. Henrik Gustafsson trying to hold out the hard-charging Phil Crump with it. Alan Rivett, who's made a void around the outside of everybody. Alan Pop Rivett goes out wide on it. Cuts down in tight. Gustafsson trying to find a way of getting around Pop Rivett. Alan Rivett this time tucks it in tight and twisted out wide into the driving stuff. And round he comes, and Alan Pop Rivett has won his final lead. Well, what about it? Alan Rivett came off the line, stone motherless last, got the drive around the outside, and flew away and took it away from it all. What about one more round of applause for Alan Pop Rivett and Phil Crump? Gustafsson doing the wheelie bit. 107.93. And the point score for Sweden, 41 points. Australia, 67 points.
Well, mate, your bike lost power in the first race, but you took it away in the second one and won it.
Mate, I don't like coming here and getting no points, so I just had to do it. The bike's going well. Still not trapping, don't know what's happened to the trapping game, that's gone, but anyway, glad to come away with a few points, especially a win.
Yeah, well, you must be very happy. Late inclusion into the team and you won a heat, you can't do much more.
That's right, it's always hard to come in later on in the night. I'm just glad I come up with it in the end, yeah.
Well done, mate.